You go through really tough times like that. You'll look back on it and you'll realize that you came out stronger because of it, and you learned something really valuable from it. And for that perspective, it was a good experience. It was one that you needed to go through. So I'm Karyn, and I'm the big sister, and this is
Marcie. I'm the little sister.
Although she's kind of big, but she's my little sister. But I remember this day. What was this day?
The first time we met.
The first time we met. This was our match day. This is a really special day. April 16th, 2016. You were 8, and now you're 14. So it's been almost 6 years that we've been together. But I remember this day because you were so shy and sweet. Not that you're not sweet anymore, but you were just really shy. And now look at you. You're a really confident young woman. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
I wish I had done it a lot earlier than I finally decided to jump in. And one of the things that I really believe is that it's not taking over your life with this little, it's bringing them alongside your life and your family and your everyday things that you do, doing them together. And I always had a lot of really wonderful women in my life, and a way to honor those women, I decided to become a big, and having 2 sons, I never had a girl, and I felt like I had a lot to offer to a little girl. So that's why I became one, and it's been one of the most impactful things I've ever done in my life. Marcie's really special to me, and she's brought a lot of joy into my life.
How I got into the Big Brother Big Sister program is by my elementary school. They talked to me about it, and I thought it was like good for me, so they gave me like the papers so I could give it to my grandma. And then my grandma signed me up because I don't live with my biological parents. I live with my grandparents. My mom got deported and my dad lives in Mexico. And I just live with my grandparents, and I call them mom and dad.
And they're wonderful. I'm so glad that they reached out to the program, because I think it really helps these young people just have someone else in their life to count on and to be there. And I'm gonna cry. I think it's really important to have somebody else that they can call a friend, and that's there to listen, and just be there in good times and bad, right? Mm-hmm. So what I love about Marcie is that when we were first matched, she was pretty shy. She didn't talk a lot, and what I really remember was that she didn't like to smile. And what I love about her now is that she likes to smile, and she's always laughing, and I love her confidence and just what a beautiful person you are. I love you.
What I like about Karyn is that she's helped me through a lot. My bullying, everything I went through, like with my family. She was just always there. She always checked up on me no matter what. She took me to places. It was really fun. It's kind of hard just speaking everything.
You speak beautifully. Don't be embarrassed. You speak from the heart, so that's what's important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Golf.
So when we were first matched, Marcie wasn't doing a lot of things outside. So I tried hiking, and that didn't go well. She made it very clear that we don't hike. Right. So I thought, well, what could I get you to do that was outside, that she could meet other little girls and that we could do together? And so we thought of golf. So did you like it? You liked golf?
Yeah, I like golf. It was really, you had to be really patient. You had to just be quiet too, because if you weren't quiet, you would get distracted. So it's really more patience. I kind of don't really have patience, so it's kind of...
You don't?
No.
I know.
Yeah. So it's it was really kind of a different thing for me. And I stopped. When did I stop?
Just a couple years ago, but I like that you want to do it again.
Yeah, I want to start doing it again.
Yeah. I think that's one of the things about being a big is helping them find different things that they enjoy. And it evolves and it changes, and that's okay. And it's just kind of growing with them and being there for every new idea and every new interest of theirs, and helping them learn to love different things.
She helped me get into an IEP because I wasn't, obviously, it was kind of like school was really hard for me. And she saw that it was really hard. So she started talking to like my teachers and talking to the school for me. And they put me in an IEP so I can like get better classes that can actually help me and where I pay attention and where they actually like, I don't know, like repeat, like if I need any help, they help and repeat what I need to like learn.
Yeah, I saw Marcie was struggling in school really early on, and I fought hard for an IEP, which is an individualized educational plan, and I kept getting turned down. And finally, when she got to middle school, which was such a critical time for the school to step in and really recognize that she needed some extra support, and she was finally awarded an IEP, and it was such a great pivotal moment for her just in terms of her confidence, and all of a sudden she liked school more, and I was so happy about that you actually enjoyed going.
Constantly getting bullied, losing friends all the time. It kind of started when I went into middle school. At first it was like funny, I guess, but not really. It was just like 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade. It was like the worst years of my life. I was struggling so bad. Like I would get bullied all the time. Like it was just like constant, like constantly getting bullied, losing friends all the time just because of other people saying all these stuff about me and that wasn't true. And Karyn was there for me, and I like would talk to her about it, and she would help me out with it and like tell me that it's like if they're making fun of you, that means that they're jealous of you. And I took that, and I've just been like taking that since I got into high school. Like I don't really care what people say about me. If they say all these things about me, they say all these things about me. I'm not gonna like tell them otherwise. Like that's what they think. I got into a fight in 8th grade because someone was making fun of me, and I got really mad and I fought her, and it was like there was no point. And right after the fight, I texted Karyn and I told her I got into a fight. So I was really honest with her because I knew she was gonna find out anyways, so I wanted to be the first one to tell her.
Well, I think it was really, I was happy that Marcie reached out to me. I think that's one thing about being a big is that we're there to listen. I never judged her. I never got mad at her. I'm there to be her friend and someone that she can always trust is just gonna help her do the right thing. And so with the bullying, I think it was helpful to talk to her about confidence and about, how not to listen as much to the noise of other people, but to just really try to believe in herself and to pick the right friends. And I think you learned a good lesson. But I was happy that the school reached out to me, that your grandma reached out to me, and that we all really helped you through that period of your life, because it could have turned out a lot differently.
Okay, so when I was at home during COVID, it was really hard. I had to be there constantly. And I would cry a lot because my parents would just yell at me constantly for no reason. And I just felt so not wanted there because of how much they would yell at me and just not treat me right. And I would just get out of the house constantly, and I'd just be out all the time because I didn't want to be there at all.
Yeah, I think, during COVID for Marcie, being home, I think she and her grandma really struggled. And I think one of the things I tried to talk to Marcie about was just avoiding that conflict and listening. And it was stressful for everybody. Life is stressful anyway. And then when you add COVID on top of it and the closeness and everybody having to be together, and her grandfather lost his job. And so I was happy that she got a boyfriend. I thought that was a normal teenage thing to do. And I'm glad you talked to me a lot about him. because it wasn't always perfect. There was some difficult moments too. And so I think that's the one great thing about a big and a little is we're confidants, and you can tell us anything and we'll hold it just between the two of us. And we're just there to be an ear and to help you through those tough times. So, but it was difficult not being able to be together. We weren't allowed to be together. And, anytime I saw her, it always had to be at a distance. As bigs and littles, I think we really had to make a big effort to keep that relationship current and going during really difficult period in our history.
And my parents didn't really like me being with him because they were scared of me being like my mom. She got pregnant at 14, and they really didn't want me to be like that. And they thought I was gonna be like that, and they just they didn't really have much trust for me.
Yeah, so I think I just tried to offer Marcie a perspective from her grandparents. Everything that they're doing is out of love for her and concern, and just trying to let her see it from that perspective. But she was young and in love, and so I made a point to get to know Nico, just to make sure that I knew who she was hanging out with. And he was a lovely guy, and I think he was there at the right time for you in a moment that you needed somebody like that. I think one of the ways that I really tried to help Marcie from day one of our match is just getting along better with her grandparents. And I knew eventually, as she got older and matured, it would turn around, and that patience was going to be key. And I'm so proud of her for sticking it out and doing some of the things that I was suggesting to her to help that relationship along. And now she and her grandmother really have a great relationship. With Nico, it was scary because it was Marcie's first love, and I knew that if the shoe was to drop and they were to break up, it was going to be devastating for her, and it was. It was really, really tough, and it was a scary time for me to watch her go through something that was so sad and put her into such a state of depression. But I was so proud of her that she was able to look at it in a different lens as a little bit of time went by and the pain wasn't so severe. And she wrote me a great text message, which just made me realize that she understood the light at the end of the tunnel there. And she said that she's helping herself be happy and stay positive, and no matter what, because we're all given one life, and I don't want to waste it just on him. And then she continued on to say that, thank you. You just changed my whole mindset, and I learned I should do what's good for me and not what's good for anyone else, and just grow stronger because I learned a lot from that relationship and what I need for myself. So I just was really proud of her that she came to that conclusion really on her own and was able to put another foot forward and move on from that relationship, and that you're still friends. And that's...
No.
You're not friends. Well, anyway, that's okay. So activities, oh my gosh, we did so many fun things early on. Cake baking parties, cupcake birthday parties, USC football games. Those were fun.
Oh my God.
It was great showing you a college campus for the first time.
And when we would go to the staff lounge,
Yeah.
the best part. When I tell you the best part.
The best part, best food. But we had so much fun. We did so many cool things together. And one of our partners, the Rams, we got to go to a couple of Rams football games. And, we just liked hanging out. She loves Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, we went to Disneyland.
We went to Disneyland. We did a lot of really fun things together. And she just makes me laugh. She's a very funny person, and she likes to make me laugh as well. So I think that's why we are a good duo, is we like to make each other laugh.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's very funny to be matched with a little girl, and then all of a sudden she blossoms into this young woman, and Marcie loves to get her nails done. So now we've gone from no nails to long, lovely acrylic nails. But more importantly, it's a great time for us just to sit and talk and have some time together. I don't know, that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
But again, I think it's just being able to be there to listen to them and maybe things that they wouldn't necessarily tell her grandparents or her teachers, or as a big, you're just that other ear, that that kind of safe place.
Yeah, I tell her everything. Like anything I can't really explain to my parents, I always tell her.
Oh,
I
I'm
text
glad
her.
you feel comfortable doing that.
Been long enough.
Been long enough. 6 years we've been matched.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
We made it.